Coming up next on Adventurer, part 2 of our interview with Steve Forbes. Stay tuned to the Forbes Video Network. Welcome to Adventurer, the show where people truly push their lives to the limits. No talking heads, just the real deals. I'm your host, Jim Clash. Last time we talked to Steve Forbes about hosting Saturday Night Live and the flat tax. Today we ask Steve about the upcoming 2008 presidential race. For the record, he is backing Rudy Giuliani. Welcome, Steve. Thanks so much for coming on.
Good to be with you, Jim.
Listen, this year, for whatever reason, the presidential thing has started very early. We've got so many candidates spending a lot of money early on in the race. It's not until 2008. Why do you think this is so? You've run for president twice. You have some perspective. And what advice would you have for these people as they go in for the long term?
Well, the reason it's starting early is, one, the primaries are being moved up. Florida's now in January. New York and Texas and other states, New Jersey, are in early February. So you move up the calendar, means you got to start your races early. Then we have these crazy campaign finance laws. The biggest obstacle is the limit on individual contributions. You have to raise a war chest of $100 million. You're limited to $2,300 per person max. And that means you have to spend a lot of time putting that war chest together. So it forces candidates to start early if they're going to compete effectively.
What do you make of Fred Thompson, who recently got into the race, and within 2 days he was in the double digits in terms of approval rating? What does that say? Is it something about the Republican Party, or is it just, I don't know?
No, there's the halo effect. The candidate who isn't in, the girl who isn't at the party, the boy you want isn't there. That's the one that looks good. But once he gets in the race, which he'll probably formally do next month sometime, he'll have a halo effect for a month or two, honeymoon, and then the arrows start coming at you. They want to know what your positions are. They want to know about your record. What did you do in the Senate? Right. How'd you handle the hearings on Clinton? Blah, blah, blah. And suddenly you get a little bit of a shop-worn look. So come later this year, he'll look like just the others. He won't be a salvation. People want the knight in shining armor, but when you look up close, you find out the armor isn't quite as shining.
Did you have that effect when you announced your candidacy? Did you spike in the polls and then did it level off?
Well, the first time I started off as an asterisk. I was an unknown, had never run for office before, so I had to build it. We did a lot of advertising, which was radical then, on cable, which most people hadn't done before. So
this was in 96.
This was in 96. In 99, 2000, George W. Bush, governor of Texas, it was his turn. He was the formidable front runner. And so there wasn't a big spike because he was the glamorous one, and we almost stopped him, but didn't quite do it.
Do you really? People are saying Al Gore may get into the race. Personally, do you think he will?
I wouldn't think so, just because, again, he knows from experience once you get in, it's going to start to get tough, especially against the Clintons. And he got a little taste of it, I think, after the Academy Awards. Great night.
He's excited.
The hero. And then suddenly stories come out about how much energy he's using, and he doesn't live up. He's a hypocrite. He mines zinc on all that kind of stuff. And he's going to have to come up with real positions. And while people love the fact that he wants clean air and wants to save the planet, again, when you get down to the specifics, when you get in the slogging debates, it's going to be tough. So he may get into it. He may say, well, this is my last shot at it, but it's going to be tough. I think Hillary Clinton's going to be very hard to stop from the nomination. She's got, obviously, the name recognition. She's got the best advisor in the world. She's got the wherewithal. Going to be hard to do it.
Well, you're publicly backing Rudy Giuliani. We know that. So you think that ultimately the Republican nomination will be Giuliani and the Democrat will be Hillary Clinton, and those two will go square off for the 2008 presidency?
Yeah, this is a presidential cycle which I think Rudy Giuliani can win, even though he does not have the social positions that usually are requisite for the Republican Party. I disagree with him, for example, on the life issue. I'm pro-life, he's pro-choice. But the issue that I think that trumps a lot of issues right now is security. And he's seen as a crisis manager. And he's the one candidate who, if he got elected, would make the terrorists say, uh-oh, this is a guy who means business.
Again, worldwide Steve Forbes. I'm Forbes adventurer Jim Clash. To read my column, pick up Forbes magazine or click on Forbes.com/adventurer. And thanks for watching the Forbes Video Network.